Good morning, everyone. Hope you are doing good. Can you hear me? Let me know if you are able to hear me. So today is very important topic for us. This is related to Azure Service Bus. So if you are still integration dynamic CRM directly with external system, you are making a costly mistake. Learn how top enterprise use Azure Service Bus to build scalable, secure, and real-time integration with dynamic CRM. If you want to become a better dynamic CRM developer, solution architect, or technical consultant, this session is must watch. So don't miss the entire content. If you are facing any issue, let me know. You have any query, you need any further information, just add your comment. Let's discuss in detail. Okay, so our today agenda here is Azure Service Bus. We talk about basic Azure Service Bus, Azure Service Bus component, and how we are integrating with dynamic CRM and what is the basic here agenda to start working here. Okay, so let me share my screen here so that we can discuss further. Do you have any issue like we discussed few things last time? Any concern, any issues that we can discuss further before starting our today's session? Anyone want to discuss anything? We will discuss this particular information in very detail so that at least you are able to here understand properly why we need service bus when we are here to work in dynamic CRM, why we require this Azure service bus, and what is the benefit here if we are replacing our direct CRM integration. Instead of direct CRM integration, if we have to use this service bus. Any idea, anything that we need to discuss further? Let me share my screen so that you have basic understanding related to this one. Let me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen? So we already covered what is Azure Service, messaging architecture, why enterprise use Azure Service Bus, benefits, when direct integrations, real world here example we will discuss, one-to-one communications, FIPO processing, message durability, topics, publishing, subscription pattern here, message filtering, multiple customers, dead letter queue. What is the benefit here? I will give you one real-time example where you can, consider this one, why this, service bus will comes into pictures. So dynamic CRM direct integrations, and what is the here integration approach mostly we are utilizing tight coupling, performance issue, system dependency, service bus here solution, how service bus reduce those issues whatever we have as of now, loose coupling, scalability, reliability, better performance, real time use here, plugins triggers, how we have to use here this service bus. so that we can understand from very details here. Let me open one Excel sheet here so that you can understand. Okay, so suppose if we need to integrate, a service bus is basically used for integration purpose. So how currently we are doing the integrations purpose? Suppose this is the dynamic CRM box. Try to understand this one. This is CRM, D365 CRM. Here we may have lead integrations from any other system. We may have invoice or order, maybe orders. So normally how we are doing, suppose this is dynamic CRM and this is another box. It could be related to any other external system. It could be here Oracle, it could be here any other SAP based system. So suppose this is a Oracle based system here. Oracle, maybe. So here we need to sync lead or maybe orders. So what happened? How to do this types of integration generally? This is related to direct integration. Like maybe we have to consume one here API related to the lead side, and we can consume it. Similarly, order related also we can consume it, and we can sync our data from order to Oracle. Here order entity from CRM to Oracle. There is no issue generally. But what happened? Suppose we have a we have a system where we are getting huge number of requests from one system to another system. We have to sync those types of data. Suppose we have received one implemented related to one ERP to where we have any e-commerce portal. For example, you have one system like Amazon, Flipkart, where you are getting so many orders during some specific time. Maybe there is a year-ending sales. Maybe there is a one specific duration where you are getting a lot more orders details. So what happened? Suppose if you have that level of implementation, suppose in 1 minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you are having maybe 10,000 of requests, 20,000 of requests, 50,000 of requests in a minute. But in that case, maybe there might be some scenario where your API may stuck, your API is not responding. This is not issue from your CRM side. Issue is not related to your API or integration side. Issue might be related to any external system. External API. External API is not responding. External API is not able to handle those types of requests. Maybe when we have huge bulk amount. So what to do? What types of issues we are facing? Maybe user may we are displaying a message to the end customer like, hey, we are facing huge volume request. Can you retry? Can you submit your request again? Can you try after some time? So is it feasible solution? Think about that scenario. If due to some architecture design, due to some issues, due to your capability, whatever you have designed here, you are not able to give that level of solution to the end customer so that they can perform, they can sync your entire data to the end system. So your system should take care everything. Either maybe you have that flexibility, you have designed your system in such a manner, you are handling everything. You have created some custom entity in your system, and you have handled like any failure issues. You are getting like, hey, this issue is not related to your API. your CRM side, but issue in your external system. So what to do? So in that types of issues, you can handle with error handling. You can handle with some another scenario, but you cannot handle so many things. Even you are getting or you are showing issues like your system is not able to perform this one after some time. So that level of issues handling approach is not compatible at all. So if you are doing direct integration, so this is called direct integration. In direct integration, we may have received n number of issues which we are showing even in the UI level itself. But our approach here is totally wrong. Think about that scenario. Suppose if you have some task or you have something like, I will show you some scenario here. Suppose you have some scenario here where you have written something which you don't know which particular transformation or which particular information you need to pass. This structure is like you cannot perform your action, maybe some plug or something, some information is broken, some API is not working due to external API issues, some network issues. You are not able to perform the entire process here in the left side. But if you have a process where you have connected through a process where you can handle all types of requests, either your purpose here is, suppose I will give you one example where you have received, suppose, 10,000 of requests where 9,500 requests may be successfully completed, but 500 requests may be failed due to XYZ reason. So what to do that one? If your request is failing or you are, and suppose 5% of requests are failing, those requests are not able to complete. So due to that failure, business or end customer or your client customer may be frustrated due to that proper communication. So that is the business loss. If you are going to provide a solution where you have to submit your request, that's all. If it is failed, if it is delivered, not delivered, that entire architecture has to be taken care by separately. And customer need to submit your request, that's it. So suppose we can, if we are able to design something like synchronous, why direct integrations fail here? So think about those scenario. Synchronous means directly we are trying to send something here. Either your external system is busy. Your external system, when you are trying to send something from CRM to this external system like Oracle, SAP, or maybe it could be, maybe network issue may be there. API is down. So what is the issue here? CRM user click save codes, save cases support. The external system is busy, network issue is there, and API is down. The result record saved fail. The user received an error and a support ticket is raised. So this is the frustration for end customer. This system is not capable. This system is not properly designed. We cannot submit our request here. Suppose if you are going to buy a iPhone from Amazon and you have to share that particular integration, you have to save that order into your system. And even if you are getting like everything, your amount is deducted, and you are getting like, hey, your request is submitted, but we are not sure if payment is done or not. So you may lose trust for that particular vendor or that application. Like, I have submitted my amount is deducted from my account. So how to tackle that one? So that types of issues, if we have same separate concept. Suppose you have a think about one scenario here. You have a CRM system. CRM system need to send some request from one place to another place. So suppose we have a post office. Think about that one. You need to send one packet or parcel from one place to another place. If you need to take care everything, think about that scenario. What is the actionable item from your side? You need to send one deliver one packet from Delhi to Mumbai. What is the general process? You need to go to Mumbai, and then need to deliver that particular packet. And what happen if that person is not available at that time? So that particular process, that is completely your waste of time, waste of money, if you are traveling to deliver a packet from one place to another place. Again, maybe after 2 days, 3 days, you have to deliver that particular packet. So what could be the process here? Either you can stay there for 2 days or 3 days, and you have to check maybe next days, and then deliver that packet. Again, maybe that person is not available. Maybe he is out for 1 week. So you have to stay for 1 week there, and you need to deliver that package at any cost. Is that feasible solution? Yes or no? So what could be the possible scenario here? We can give the best solution there. If suppose, think about that one. Suppose we have to deliver one packet from one place to another place. That is our need. Think if we have hire a external system like post office or any courier service, that is that they have to responsible how to deliver that one. They can take n number of requests from one place, and their task is to deliver some task from some similar request. So our responsibility here is to just send that message to the maybe courier service or maybe post office. Think about that scenario. So we need not to take care like when, how they have to deliver. We know they have a process. They have to collect all the messages in the same day, maybe till 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, how many requests they have received. They just pull all the requests, and then they have to parcel everything. They have to divide request based on the location. Like for Maharashtra, we have to deliver those requests. For Uttar Pradesh, we have to deliver those requests. For Delhi, for Haryana, for blah blah. That is their task. Our task here is to send that request into the uh, post office. Now they have to deliver, either there is a postman service. Postman need to take that particular parcel for the destination location. Then they need to check either that person is available where we need to deliver. Either we may have n number of requests. That is their task, like how they have to deliver. Maybe in one of Mumbai location, we have to deliver for Andheri, we have to deliver for Borivali, we have to deliver for Bandra. That is their task. They may have different post office person. So suppose in one day they are not able to deliver that particular person, maybe due to that end user person availability. They may retry next day. They have to check either that person is available for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. That is their task. That is their issues. How to deliver that one. So all those tasks we have to define in our here service bus also. So now a concept coming here, a service bus. We need not to take care like a API is working, a network is not working, that API is not responding. Now we have a process, we have to send a message to the external system that is called service bus. We have sent a request which contains all the information. Now they have to deliver to the end source. We need not to take care. That is the architecture change now we have. So what will happen in that case? Now suppose in one phase, one go, if API is working, they can deliver in one go only. If that API is not responding, then maybe they can wait for some time. They can retry after some time. That we have to define in our service bus that setting part. They have to retry 1 to 10 times, 20 times, how much time they have to retry that particular process. Even after retrying a certain times, is that particular, suppose in post office also, suppose if you want to send one courier, so they may have certain process like you have to check 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, or 5 times. Otherwise, they have to deliver or they have to, return back to the original person. So they have certain rules, they have certain business logic that they have written. How many times they have to check? Either we have to deliver it or we have to send back to the original users, or maybe they have some process for they can, if end customer is not available, they can even store that particular parcel or that product maybe in a separate maybe district level or maybe state level. They have defined one place where they can throw that particular parcel into that place. Now what to do in that particular items? It is not like this is real time post office, they have to deliver to the original users, but who is managing, who is monitoring into that one, we have to take care everything. So let's discuss in that scenario. Suppose we have a smart architecture, like enter the smart post office. CRM say I will, CRM sending one message, and that Azure Service Bus is telling like I will drop this message safely to the Azure Service Bus and then relax. The CRM is saying whatever the request is coming from my side, CRM is sending this message safely to the Azure Service Bus, and now CRM need not to take care anything. Now all the responsibility comes under this Azure Service Bus. How to deliver this message? Message is nothing. Message is a request. Message is a specific JSON format, a XML format, a plain text format. It could be anything format which is supported by Azure Service Bus. So core concept, the shift here is from synchronous. We have two types of request here: a synchronous request and a asynchronous request. Here we may have two types of, even in post office we have two types of request. We have immediate service, which is called Tatkal service, and which is a normal service, synchronous and asynchronous. If we have synchronous service, waiting for an immediate response created bottleneck. So which specific service you need to utilize here, even you can define that one also. To asynchronous service, smart post office accept, custody of the data that CRM returns to the work immediately regardless of the external system status. So now if that status is returned to that particular external system, then we have to go for next stage. So what to do here? So here message is nothing. Like suppose in post office we are sending one message into this particular format, inventory or message. In normal days we are sending a post office card or that card like, hey dear external system, a new case is created, case id is this one, priority is high, regards dynamic crm. The reality of this particular method here is the entity is case, action is create, data is this one, priority is this one, source is D365 CRM. That is the JSON format information we have internally. Hope it's clear for everyone. We are able to see this data maybe in UI, but in the reality, in the actual format, we have this particular information. Clear? So in the inventory items to here, how to process all those requests here. Suppose in the inventory system, FIFO concept. What is FIFO? First in, first out, like a queue. So we may have n number of here processing requests like first in, first out, last in, first out. Maybe if suppose in a class, suppose there is a process here. Suppose last in, first out. What is the meaning of last in, first out? So there is a register here. If you are asking someone, hey, can you submit your register here? I will check all the register here. So if you all the candidates submitted your registered here, so if teacher want to check that one, so the last submitted register teachers can see that one first. So that is LIFO, last in, first out. First in, first out means a queue, a pipe. If you are entering into a tunnels, so who is entering from one side, the first person only can, go out, whatever, first person is entering into the queue. So this queue is one-to-one processing here is, suppose in the bank token, if you have to request something, so there might be so many numbers of candidates here. So suppose if one single counter is there, so here we may have similar types of concept here. You can take a ticket, one counter service you, only one person handle your request. The reality of consumer logic is FIFO uses best of 90% of the CRM use case. Otherwise, we have to maintain the queue. Suppose if you have those many messages or those many requests into your queue, so all those system we have to handle inside our process. So that is the part of how we are handling into this service bus, how they are delivering that one. So suppose if I have 100 of requests into this queue, one request is processing, done. Second is request is processing, done. Third is processing, done. Fourth is processing. There might be some issue that sender is not, that receiver is not available, or maybe due to XYZ, we are not able to deliver. Maybe this particular request is waiting. Maybe next request is processing, that maybe comes into another queue. Maybe third one is processing. So we may have to design this particular queue processing system into our service bus. How to do this processing queue management, that we can design here. So suppose if we have suppose there is a process here, we need to broadcast our WhatsApp message. So what types of broadcasting we may have? One person can create a number of person into a broadcast message. You have to send one request to the broadcast message. Then there might be some person, those are not available, internet is not enabled, maybe. So in that case, what to do? You need to send one message, and everyone in the group receive it instantly. The technical reality here is structure one message group, one to many subscription. Logic here is to broadcast pattern. Uses when the same CRM data is required, that that particular message may be distributed or may be distributed to the different system. So in that manner, we have to design our inventory management. So suppose here subscription, we have different types of event message here. We have a topic where all the message coming into this particular topics. So topic is nothing here, a filtration. So even even in the post office, if you need to, one person is responsible, or one person need to send one message to the Mumbai, or maybe that letter to the Mumbai. Another person need to send that letter to the other place, Delhi, Haryana, maybe other south, and any region. So there is a process where they need to filter all those messages based on the different criteria. Suppose, so in service bus, we have a concept that is called topics, which is responsible to clean the or categorize our request here. Request is nothing, it is a message. So here we are filtering our message like high priority case, VIP customers, KYC pending, irrelevant data here if we are having. So we are filtering all those requests in a place which is called topic. So you will learn those keywords when we are discussing or when we are creating a real-time service bus in Azure service. So you have service bus, under that service bus you have queue, you have topics, and how to process, what is the purpose of those topic, you just need to take care that part. So you need to understand the purpose of topic here. Topic is responsible to filter your request message here. So there is a deadline, dead letter queue. Dead letter queue is nothing. Suppose in a post office, suppose if you want to send some message, you want to send some letters, if those letters are not delivered, what to do? Even after certain retry mechanism, what to do those types of request, that you have to define. That request maybe go into the deadline queue, dead letter queue, DLQ. So I hope you understand. Whenever you receive a message, it will go into queue. After processing those requests with the help of topic, either that is delivered or that is go into next level of processing It means retry mechanism, one person retry based on your configuration. If you have configured like you have to retry, there is a question during this service Azure Bus. What is the range you can define, uh, the retry mechanism for this particular processing? So that limit is 1 to 2000. Maximum you can retry 2000 times. So the range is 1 to 2000 here. So if you are defining that retry mechanism as 10, so your request will process 10 times either that product or that request or that message is delivered or not. If not delivered, it will go into the dead letter queue side. So that it means you are telling like these property are not delivered. It means here what to do with this particular request. Those requests are not lost till the time. It means CRM submit that request to the service bus, but those requests are not delivered to the end customer. So what to do with those requests? It is not like these requests are not delivered, so those requests are lost here. They are maintaining those requests in the dead letter queue. If that dead letter queue is expanding, so maybe that teams who is monitoring this one, they have to take care why those requests are not delivered. What to do with those requests? Either we have to correct some external system API. If they are not accepting those types of requests, what to do? Do we need to maintain a different types of processing group, or what to do with this particular dead letter queue? We still have those information into our systems. That is final concept. So what happen if we have direct integration, even if that request is not delivered? Either we can simply say, hey, this request is not completed. Can you try after some time? Retry after some time. Even they keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. And customer may be frustrated. Suppose, think about that scenario. If someone tried to buy some product into your site and your system is not available at that time, what to do? You may lose that opportunity. So we have designed this system in such a manner so that one request may be delivered, may be submitted for deliver. That request is submitted, that is good. How to deliver that one? That is our system designing. I hope it's clear for you all. So suppose, so here, think about that particular scenario here. So here we have a CRM users. We have a CRM record here. Azure service need to submit that. You have to submit that record. Maybe your lead, maybe you have to submit this orders, and you have submitted to the Azure Service Bus. Some of the requests are submitted successfully. That is fine, completely fine. But some of the record are failed. So what to do? Can we retry? Yes, we can retry. How many times we have to retry? 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times. Still it is failed, go to dead letter queue. Clear? Or I'm creating some confusion here. Are you able to understand this one? Yes, no. If you understand this whole concept, I just want to get your response here so that I can go further. Otherwise, I can explain one more time in detail. Tomorrow, what I will do, I will try to create one complete request in Azure service, so that we will try to understand how to create a service bus, how to create a namespace, under that namespace, how to create that topics, how to declare, how to even define that queue, how to define that retry mechanism, how to create a topics here, and even how to generate a this dead letter queue concept completely, because that is the complete end-to-end architecture here we have. This is disconnected architecture we have. We may have two types of request here. Connected architecture may be useful when we have less data, but we have huge data to process. We need some advanced system where it is not like everything we need to take care inside CRM. It is not like CRM is not capable to handle all those requests, but it is all about how to make our system, how to configure our system so that all the different types of requests here dynamic CRM will handle. This is the advancedness of the architecture designing that we are utilizing. So it is not like, suppose if you know how to write plugins, how to write here custom action, and how to write my JavaScript, and I know everything. These are the advanced topic which is required or responsible to handle huge volumes of the request. Clear? So now suppose here, why the architect sleep well at night? Suppose if I have a requirement where I may have high payload API, you all know dynamic CRM plugins have 2-minute time interval. Maximum we cannot increase the 2-minute interval time. Suppose you have request, so you have submitted a request, and your request timeout is coming due to not your issues. CRM is working fine, but external system is not, processing your request. Maybe it is taking more time. So what to do here? API timeout is there. You are facing that issue in dynamic CRM. Then, if you are using Service Bus, you can use async messages queue. CRM just need to submit that request and forget it. No need to take care. Dynamic CRM architect will always leave. I have submitted, Service Bus need to take care that part. If you have high payload, maybe due to year ending, maybe Deepavali special, maybe any other specific time, Valentine Day specials, maybe here Independence Day special sale. It could be anything. If you have high request or high load into the system, what to do? If you don't have Service Bus, my CRM is not responding, there are so many requests are failing, I need to take care of the plugin traces, I need to take care even all the that log handling I have done in my dynamic CRM with the help of custom entity. I need to check all the plugin traces, I need to check all the plugin failures. Oh, I'm getting the plugin that timeout issues. Hey, this particular issue is related to the API. This API is not responsible to take all the requests at the same time. What to do? But even if you have here Service Bus, queue buffering, load leveling, they will take care of everything. Think about that one. You have a number of requests. Fill all the request into the bus, send it to the one place to another place, and drop it. Even if system is down, third option, external system is down, is there any possibility you can submit your request? Even CRM is working. Why you are not able to submit your request? Why it is dependent on the other external system, other external API system? It is not like our external system is not working. We cannot run our show because external system is not working. We cannot work. Is it your here architecture now in a day? No. If your system is not working, all the queue are laying or staying in the message queue, or are in all requests are waiting. Whenever that external system is up, we will process your request, but we will take your request. It is not like, think about that one. Even if you have some task or you have some process in your banking system, suppose if you have to, you have to, you required 1 lakh from your account, you have 10 lakh amount in your account, but your bank server is down. Whenever you need that amount, they are saying, hey, our system or server is down, we cannot proceed your request. What will be your response, first response from your side? This is my account, this is my amount, I am trying to get that amount from my system. Why I have to wait here? This is your problem. Why I have to wait here? I need this money because I have to submit this particular amount to the hospital. They are not waiting because your system is not running. Customer is reducing the faith from your system. So this is your responsibility to keep up and running your system, either your system is down or not. Either you are taking your request in offline mode. This is your responsibility. So this is your system, this is your architecture, this is your definition how to process your request maximum time. So even if your system is down, your system is able to process your request here. With the help of service bus, we can achieve that. Error tracking. It is not like, suppose if some issues are coming, you have to analyze your error plugin trace, system job. Here, Azure service, here app integration you have done. You are writing to query and you are checking, hey, let me check that error message and why it is failing. So it is not like you cannot do, but that is not feasible now in a day. If you want to increase your skills, you want to increase your adaptability, your credibility, or if you want to increase even your salary also, so you have to learn those advanced things. It is not like you have written that error trackings are everything inside the CRM, but in advanced system, in high availability system, you need to learn all those things. So if letters issues are coming, you can directly check in the dead letter queue, why this particular queue inside DLQ. Okay, suppose if you have written this particular one, that process is under, you have written a log mechanism, a retry mechanism. Maybe suppose you have created a lead record that has to be pushed from CRM to maybe any external system. Even you have created one button also. Like you can resubmit this particular request so that it will sync to CRM to another system in direct integration. But is that feasible? Like your team, your every team members, your service team, or maybe your support team, they need to search that particular team which is not synced into dynamic CRM. Even you have given that bulk sync mode, like you can select multiple record which are failed. You can retrain, and maybe in 500 or 600 record are failed, you retry that one and maybe 200 are synced, but still you have to do this manual retry mechanism. In dead letter queue, you can define that retry mechanism also. How many records are staying in dead letters queue every day? I need to retry. Retry means even if those requests are coming in DLQ, I have to check either that source is available or not. That level of flexibility I have in this DLQ. Hope you understand this particular concept here completely, or you have any doubt here. Let me know. So tomorrow, what we will do, we will try to create this Azure Service Bus from Dynamic CRM, and we'll try to update. We'll try to define the complete configuration here, step by step, and then we will go into the next process here. Any option, any other doubt you have here, let me know. Otherwise, we are good to drop here today. Just try to involve here. This is very advanced topic. It will add a additional value addition. So this is not the native designing or development option we have. If you are learning all those things, it will add a additional value into your profile. If you are adding this keyword Azure Service Bus into your resume, and if you are able to give basic answers related to this particular one, like what is Azure Service, when we have to use Azure Service, how we have to handle, queue processing, what is the here dead letter queue, what is the purpose of to maintain here here filter or topics, what is the subscription here. Yeah, native integration is nothing like suppose if you need to integrate any API in dynamic CRM, how to do that one we already covered during our plugin classes. If you miss that one, you can go to the plugins section and you can check that recorded sessions. So suppose if you have a API, you need to integrate that one. So you can create a plugin, and inside that plugin, you can consume that API also. You have a option like suppose if I need to send one lead information to the external system, you have a API. So on post create event, you can consume that API, and then you can send that particular record. If that record is failed, you need to register or you need to create a that error log into a custom entity so that you can store all those information. That is the native information, native integration we have done. You need to consume any API. API if you have any APIs, or you can send information with the help of Power Automate. Suppose if you need to, you have a custom connector available. You need to send some information whenever a record is created. So you can perform that logic also. Suppose a external system is saving record or request in your SharePoint site. You have maintained a CSV file or maybe your Excel file. They are creating all those requests in that CSV file. So you can check that if record is created in that file, and you can even create that request into your Dynamics also. So those are the very basic native integrations that we have done, and you can achieve that. But suppose if you have high volume request that you have to control, you cannot do that level of high volume request with this native integrations. That's why all those Azure integrations, Azure advanced features comes into the pictures. If you know the basic things, then you can go to the advanced level. But even if you don't know what is the one-way integrations, what is the two-way integration, what is the approach, how to do one-way integrations, how to do the authentications in API levels. It is not like you can consume any API. Microsoft always restrict those level of integrations. You have to do the whitelisting also. Even if you are consuming any external API, maybe you have to bypass or you have to whitelist all those API integrations in maybe DLP policy. You know what are the DLP policy, how to consume those DLP policy, how to restrict? If no, we already covered all those topics. If you have to check the DLP policy and other items, maybe you can go directly in there are many other AI tools also available. But make sure you have to add some additional information also here. Like suppose if you need to get some more information, it is not like I have covered everything here related to Azure Service Bus, but it is your responsibility how to give additional information here, or how to get that additional information. Suppose in Azure Service Bus. So likewise, you can get all those information. So Azure Service Bus topic, Azure Service topic is a messaging service and enable one-to-one many communication between application service and system. Think of like TV broadcasting system. A TV channel is broadcasting a program, and millions of viewers can watch the same program simultaneously. A topic receive a message from delivered to multiple subscribers. So this pattern is called publishing and subscription based. So give one real time example when we have to use Azure Service Bus. While So likewise, you can get, more detail, so that when we are discussing all those items tomorrow, so you have to understand all those scenario. So SAP should create a sales order, warehouse system, reserve inventory, finance system should generate an invoice, analytical solution using, see, all those information step by step flow, creating the orders into the CRM salesperson. So this is the JSON order, CRM send a message, and service bus store that message, subscription process immediately here. So all those information here you can retrieve and you can get, so that we can discuss all those points tomorrow. Maybe if you have any questions, we have to discuss some points here. We can get more details here. So likewise, we can retrieve all the information here. So it is not like I have to give everything here, but this is your responsibility also. Like, you have to get some homework also. Okay, so let's connect tomorrow to discuss further, and we'll complete this topic. We may have, some more topics to cover here, that also, are very important. So let's connect tomorrow and we'll complete it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. If you have anything, just add your comment. I will try to give your response immediately. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.